Right, well, it's time for a bit of an update here on the build, and as it's a bit windy out here, I think we'll do most of it inside. But what we're looking at is a building that I've really built based on a visual drawing that the architect and myself originally worked on, and a computerized a drawing, effectively, or picture of the design of the building was created to get the planning permission, but no real. There were some basic construction drawings, but of the basic, which was the shell, but there was not really detailed drawings at all, or any detail of how the rooms were actually going to be in completion and how they would be built. So all of that I've done as I've gone along. So what we're looking at is two houses and two flats. This particular house, which is Unit 1, the first house, starts in that corner and runs through there, and the other side of that skip will be the garage and a laundry room, so that's yet to be built. Anyway, let's start inside this house. So the ground level will eventually be higher up than it is to come into this house. So we come into a porch, which I'm now working on at the moment with putting a brick feature in here. There'll be a brick wall, this pier going up to the ceiling here, where the fuses are going to be. There'll be a sort of a wood, rough timber wood cupboard put in. You'll see in a minute what that's going to be made of. A lot of the things that I've put in here have been trial and error, or else they haven't been done correctly. But this particular piece of glass, that will be here, but it won't be as it is. This will be taken out, and I'm redoing that to do it in a different way. It'll still be the same size, and it'll still be in the same position, but it'll be set back in the wall with a different trim around it. So this is the entrance hall, entrance lobby, whatever you want to call that. And there's a big vaulted porch with brick accent there, so that's a brick wall. The radiator there, and of course we've got this beautiful big window that goes right to the top of the building. And this will be all open with a glass balustrade up the top. And then over here there will be a staircase here, and hopefully that staircase will be installed in about 3 or 4 weeks. Then this whole area will look a lot different, because the staircase, the stairwell, as you can see up there, will be that particular wall that's block at the moment. That wall will be all those grey tiles, so brick tiles, so they will come straight down on that centerpiece. And there's yellow pine accenting going on these edges where it's open. And of course I've built in these corner pieces, and I'm going to make my own LED lighting on the two sections there, on those two corners. They're wired up at the moment. They'll be coming off transformers. So I will make the actual unit themselves, have those made for me. In here is a study, which also incorporates the services for the house. It'll be in behind this area, cupboard, and this will be a study area, which has got the glass section, because there is no actual window in this room. It's an internal room. Then we come across here, and we've got a bedroom which currently is being used as a workshop. So this accented yellow pine, which is everywhere as an accent. It's on the window boards, and it's on the wall, and it's on beams that are upstairs. So this room is ready for second fixing, but at the moment it's being used as a carpentry workshop. There's an ensuite bathroom in here, which will be tiled probably in the next 3 weeks. So we've got a bedroom here, a study down here, and this very large open area, and then you'll come out into what effectively will be the lounge and kitchen. this floor will be raised up so that it will go across. It goes across it as one level. Now this room will be dramatically different in about 3 weeks, because there's a wall coming up here in the area where the block is sitting, and there'll be a brick feature going up on the end of that. We've got the bifold doors where the glass will be fitted next week, hopefully. There'll be timber up on the wall, which again I'll show you in a minute, which give you an idea. There's timber beams. That wall will be all brick, and there will be a brick pier going up there. So there's a lot of work going on in here. The ceiling will, which I've just fitted 3 of these glass windows, lights rather, you know. I hadn't intended to have them originally. I decided to go with them because they were successful in the other house, which means I had to change the design I had for this whole area above our heads. So instead of having timbers running across now halfway, I'm going to have timbers on the ceiling itself. So that's something that we're just going to have to develop. I've got a few ideas which I'm going to try. This area here will be a kitchen, and I'm going to insert a window at the top running like a triangle shaped window. Then we come out to this area, which will be the laundry room, and the laundry room will have a toilet here in this area in the corner there. There'll be a door there going out to the back, and a door here going out into the garage. So when we come through this door out of the laundry room, we'll come into a covered area, because the roof that we see here that we're putting on this will extend over to these piers. These piers have got to go higher, and we will be underneath a very large covered area, which effectively would be a big barn roof. So we're building at the moment 3 piers. One of them is at the right height. Let's have a look. So that's the height that pier is, and that pier over there will be going up to the height of the ridge. Have a look around here. Right, so that pier there will be going up, and there'll be another piece of oak going across from that to the main building. And then underneath here, as you can see, this will be a large canopied area running all the way down to a wall before you get to the flat that's down there. So this house will have a very large undercover area for entertaining, relaxing, whatever. And the sun is here, only quite private. So that is that house. Let's have a look, and you can see the oak, which is more finished in this area here. We've got oak posts here, creating a lovely canopy for this area. And you can see here the size of and the extent of the canopy that's going to be for that house. It's going to be quite a large area. This house here is the end house, which stretches from the end of the building to here, and then this is the garage for this house. So this is the end house. Finally got the windows in, looks a lot better, and hopefully next week we'll be starting to clad the building. All the blockwork, of course, is being clad, so that will make the house look a lot better. The cladding will be the same as we have on the garage, so that will darken that, or half the building will be darkened quite a lot, which will enhance the brickwork and the flint and give the building a completely different look. It will look a little bit more squat, which will be better, and will be more will be less broken up by all the different types of block and battens and everything that's on it at the moment. Have more of a smooth look, as you see on the garage over there, with the cladding blending in with the tiles and the windows. So that will be quite effective when that's done. So let's have a look at this house. This house is coming on a little bit. beginning to put in some features now. This is one of them. This is a sort of a place to put boots and things. There'll be a yellow pine lid coming coming across here with a lid. You can put sort of boots in there. That'll be lined with tiles. There'll be some shelves and cupboards and hooks, clothes hooks on here. And then we're at the moment trying to build up and batten out the aspects of this particular house. We've got a shower room in there and a study or bedroom, study stroke bedroom in there, a laundry room in here, and a lounge, which is a lounge and kitchen, which is currently being second fixing and still got first fixing. It's a combination of a lot of things going on here. So this is the kitchen area in here, and this is a dining area, and then we come down, there is a step down, a split level. We come down into the lounge area, which I'm currently working on. We've just had the bifold doors fitted, and this is the sort of finish that I'm having on a lot of it. So we've got this timber finish up here. I've incorporated I wanted to give it some life and some definition, so I put a scaffold, 21-foot scaffold pole up there. They will be treated, but I keep the patina. They will be treated in some way, but the pole is there to give it a sort of an accent. That wood. The ceiling will have timber on it. It'll be plastered, but it will have some dummy rafters put on it. So all in all, when it's finished, should be quite an impressive room. That wall over there between the pier, from the pier onwards, which is the cream and green, that will be all brick. And we've got things like this, the yellow pine here, which eventually that will be plastered and come out. So this will be quite an impressive room, and you have the bifold doors that can open out, and you've got the large area under the canopy with the oak posts. Well, the upstairs is about to be boarded out, because now that the windows are in and we've got it's all dry up here, the guys are coming to board everything out for me in the next few weeks. So that will make will change completely up there. It'll look totally different. And actually we can get an idea of what it looks like when we go up into the flat next door, which is of a similar type of build. So have a look next door. Right, so this is the entrance to the upstairs flat, which is again coming along. There's timber being put up, boarding going on, and we're trying to get everything ready for plastering. This wall in front of us here will be tiled with those grey brick tiles, and like the other place, and also we'll be using them in another place I'll show you upstairs. So the landing up on this flat is going to be something really special, I think. I have this beautiful area, which is quite large in front of us. Be coming up the stairs here and walking along this landing. So let's have a look. We'll be coming up the stairs, and then along this landing there'll be a balustrade here with glass, hopefully, and we've got this beautiful window which will be surrounded in this yellow pine on the reveals, and the yellow pine's being used on beams up there, and also in the various areas in the rest of the flat. I think most of this hasn't changed too much in the last few weeks. A bit of plastering's gone on. This is the next area to be worked on, and they'll be continuing with the plastering next week. So on that wall, for example, that wall that's already been pinked, that wall will have the bricks on it. That will have those brick tiles. The bit above will have that timber boarding, And that we've got that yellow pine beam that goes through. Yellow pine there running down. And there's yellow pine on the window boards. And then this is the kitchen area and the lounge. So it's quite a nice flat with a beautiful high ceilings. Real feeling of space, even though it's not a massive area, but it's a beautiful space in itself. And a second bedroom in there. And but it's only got borrowed light that's coming in through that area there. But we've got these beautiful windows. I mean, they do look absolutely super now they're fitted. Lovely views. Right, let's have a look downstairs. Right, well, this is the ground floor flat, which is moving on quite well. The porch is interesting. We've got brick going up to the vaulted ceiling. That ceiling will be boarded and plastered in the next few days, and most of this flat is now plastered. This yellow pine here. Bedroom in here is coming along. Basically been plastered, and got to work on the closet now. Get that finished with cupboards and door and everything. There's the closet doors, wardrobe doors rather, to go in there. There's a bathroom in here which is currently being tiled. And in here we've got the lounge and dining area, which again is moving forward quite rapidly, I hope. That wall that's block will be bricked. That will have face brick put in front of it, the same brick that we have here. This wall's been plastered. This is quite nice. Got some nice angles here coming across. There's actually a metal trim under here that's got to be cleaned off. So that will be interesting when that's done. We've got the yellow pine fitted here into the reveal, which looks rather nice. It's quite a nice effect. That it looks nice when it's built in. Really, really impressive, I think that is. Kitchen area, which will have a lot of features put into it as well. You've got the brick wall at an angle here, and that wall over there will be brick. So as it gradually starts to come together now, the various parts of the build, the various features that I'm putting into it will enhance each other. This is quite a nice flat, really, because what it lacks in height from the other one upstairs, it gains in size. It's a much bigger area, and it's got a courtyard out here. A small courtyard, but half of it will be undercover. So when you go out from your out of your door, French doors here in your flat, you'll go out to this little courtyard, which will have a wall running up on the footings there. But this area here will all be undercover, so it's almost like a second room. And you could leave stuff out there, and it'll obviously be dry. It'll be quite a pleasant place. Quite a lot of features as well in here. Okay, now just go upstairs and have a look at the bedrooms that we're almost ready for second fixings in the first house. So we get up here come up to the upstairs of the first house, and we can see now that we've got this beautiful window that goes to the ceiling. I think it's sort of moved on a bit, this house has. There's a yellow pine beam that's going in that gap there. That's actually being fabricated, and that'll be going up next week. And then there'll be yellow pine on the reveals again, features. There'll be a glass balustrade here, so you'll stand here and be looking straight out. Lots of little accents in this whole area. We've got wood that's going up, that wood cladding that'll be going up, boarding that'll be going up in the area above the shelf there. There's a better view here of the grey tile brick effect that I'm going to put in all the stairwells, and it'll be on the walls of a couple of the other properties as a feature. And that's quite a nice effect, I think. And then it'll have two lights there, which will be sort of mood lighting that you can just have on and just give off a nice, quiet, gentle light covered in here. So this room is now ready for second fixing. So we've got the beams on the ceiling, and now we get the, we still got to touch those little light bits in underneath to make them obviously match the darkness. But it gives a better idea of what this ceiling is, this room's going to look like when all this is complete. So we've got the beam running down the middle, which is the yellow pine, and that matches the yellow pine that's on these window ledges. And then the timbers are timbers from the old building when it was originally a boarding kennel, and it originally a barn. So those are the original timbers that when the original barn was built, which makes a nice touch. And then we've got two doors there, which obviously you won't see them quite so much, obviously, when it's finished, because they will be doors into storage areas. So they're the equivalent of an attic, really, or a loft space. And then we come into a bathroom here, an ensuite bathroom, which has just been finished tiling. It's still got to be grouted. So this is the first bathroom that we've actually tiled. Some of the design cues that I'm doing are going to be in all of the bathrooms, but they'll all be different. Most of them will be lighter than this, more neutral. This is quite a dramatic statement, this one. But I think it will be nice when it's done. And there on this side of the wall, you see we've got a wooden dado. That those walls will be painted and the ceiling will be painted. And we may be putting shutters on here as well, and chrome accent here where the mosaic tiles meet the green. So this is a lovely bedroom, really, with excellent ceiling and ensuite bathroom. Ceiling's I think are going to be impressive when it's finished and the walls are painted, and the doors are toned back, because obviously you won't see a difference in colour. All you'll see is the little ledge of the bottom of the doors, which is the yellow pine again, and you'll see the little metal brushed chrome that runs around the outside of those doors. So that should be a nice bedroom here with views to the north and the west. And those trees there, those three trees that are there, they are white beams. Hence the name of this development, which is White Beam Grove. And then along the other side of the landing, we've got another bedroom, which has been plastered. It's in a state of total mess at the moment, but hopefully within another week or two, this will be cleaned out. This bathroom in here, or shower room, will be tiled in the next few weeks, and this room will be cleared out, and we hope to start painting in we're starting to hope to start prepping this area here for decorating in the next couple of days, actually. So we've got to get the skirting board fitted, and this area, and the doors fitted, and this area will be starting to be prepped. Okay, so that's it. It's a sort of a quick update of things. they are moving along. But when you see what is happening down here, just come down and look at this, you think, oh, there is still so much to do. So we're talking about prepping upstairs for decorating, and down here we're still doing, we're still coming out of the ground actually with bricks, and we're doing roof tiling in this area, and then we've got a lot of work in here to build this. I've got a lot of features and a lot of ideas I want to put into this area, this space. So hopefully it'll just keep moving. And that's it. And I'll have another look round in a few weeks.